说，那我不了，这是。
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
I'll ask the guy to reload his game because he couldn't join.
So, is he soon ready?
Yeah, he's just really like 1 minute loading up.
Right.
Okay, we are live with the retrospective Tourney, Team Bong versus Team Rebel. We start with Bong on the defensive clubhouse, and first ban comes through for them. It's a Maverick. Quite a common ban on the side of defensive clubhouse if the Thatcher isn't chosen. You always want to get rid of one of the two so you can try and defend the walls a bit easier. Rebel with a ban onto the Capitao. Nice ban there. It allows players on defense to play in certain strong areas such as rafters or top red stairs really safely without having to deal with firebolts. Obviously they don't want to use that Capitao to try and get the wall open so prevent it from tricking. They would rather use vertical play or obviously just feel comfortable with their Thatcher as well. A mirror is banned as well. She's not typically banned on Clubhouse, but it's always a good idea to get rid of her in case the other team do use her. You don't really want to be having to deal with that bulletproof mirror facing at you. Final ban for Bong comes through, and it is the Legion. Not the most common of bans, but it's a good idea, I suppose, to just try and slow and Legion's a good idea, sorry, to slow down the attack, so getting rid of him will allow attackers to be more aggressive at certain times. Now, first defensive room we're going to is CC and Cash. A nice defender line coming through from Bong. The Jaeger, obviously standard, the bandit to trick the wall. Doc is always a good idea to have him on rafters. Ella will get 6-picked out though. Onto the Wamai, and a Thatcher in fact is 6-picked off onto Monty. Rebel obviously not feeling the need to use that Thatcher to try and stop the bandit from tricking. Perhaps they feel that Monty to push Garage is more useful, and then they can use the Sophia below to try and get rid of that bandit plane there, get his wires off the wall. We can see Bandit here opening some holes in the main wall. This allows Sam to travel a bit more safely through the walls, so the Bandit will be able to hear, and he will be able to put down the white in time to try and trick that thermite charge. quite common here to see the shield played at the suicide corner. This will allow the defenders to play here quite safely. If the breach does manage to get opened, a cast barricade also on the CC window will allow them to play more safely in the corner. Now we see Rebel trying to push on up onto the main breach here. Somewhat getting ready to open up when his team is all in position. They drain it out, see the bandit playing on the wall. So Fear here is getting ready to stun through the drone hull, it looks like. They will have to get these bandit batteries off the wall before that they can use the Zofia stun to trick. Opening kill comes through here for FOD onto the Jaeger. Getting taken out there is not ideal, and a grenade will be used to try and clear out the player on rafters. Good there, does a bit of damage onto the player, and there you go, his feature gets spotted out, and it should be a nice finish off here for the Sledge if he's managed to get this nade placed correctly, and there it is, Doc taken out as well. Excellent clear here for FOD to take out 2 kills for his team starting in the round. A minute and 40 seconds left, and defenders already on the back foot, 3 on 5. They also have to deal with this Monty. He's just a real pain to deal with. He just stands in front of you and just acts like a bit of a dick. We see the Hibana coming here, pushing up onto rafters. She will have to deal with this bandit though, as he keeps peeking aggressively. Thermite is getting ready to open the wall, to trick the wall, sorry, but Monty will unextend and get him before he can do it down. FOD is taken out, so it's a 4 versus 2 now, still in favour of Rebel though. The Monty will be able to push into sight. He sees the castle playing and he knows where both players are. Trying to push the players back, and now Diffuser is going down. These last 2 players playing inside of Cash Room. They do manage down 1, but Sophia will be able to withstand, so it's not ideal for them. Monty here just being a massive pain. They can't get through this door, and they go down to him as well. And excellent start there for Team Rebel. You could see the terrific coordination of the players on Rebel, using that Monty to distract the player on rafters, and then using the Sledge from below, using those nades, just shooting at his feet, being a real bother, and they were able to clear him out really efficiently. Excellent plays there from Rebel. Now Bong, obviously thinking they can correct their mistakes, will go to CC and Cash Room once again. Mozzie will get picked out this time instead of the bandit, in fact, and maybe we'll see a 6-pick onto someone there to take care of that. Once again, a 6-pick off the Thatcher onto the Monty. Thatcher obviously not needed for Rebel, just taking the Monty instead, and they go bandit, also 6-picked onto off of Mozzie.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Doesn't seem to be much of a change in setup, if there's any change whatsoever. They still have the shield here, still have the cast in play, still have what I presume will be the Doc playing on rafters. The rafters position is such a hard place to hold if they have the Monty on the attack. He's just able to get right up onto the balcony straight away and push that player off the position.
10 seconds left.
Not much change in the actual strategy or lineup from Bong to counteract with what Rebel did before, but maybe we will see some difference in the way these operators are played. Perhaps the bandit will be here to try and help the Doc instead of staying on that main wall. Once again from Rebel, you have the Monty on their side, and it does look like he will be preparing to try and open up into garage and then get in there and take the player off. Drones will come through and they will see the bandit tricking once again. The opening kill does come through this time for the Doc on rafters. So a good start for Bong, taking out stacks on that Hibana through the hole he made, I believe. Monty though will be able to get inside, and once again the Doc is just a real bother of a situation as he can't take care of his Monty. He just has to watch him march all the way in, and there we go. Backup does miss a few shots onto the dock as he rotates away, so he will get back into sight easily. And they go, don't know what the Bandit's doing. Somehow Backup misses those shots, so the Bandit is able to live, and the Bandit somehow gets away with the trick as well. Somehow does that, and the second kill there for the my top red stairs will take out the sledge. Bandit won't be able to trick this time though, as he is taken out. Jaeger also down, so it's a 3-on-3 now. Rebel are pulling this back slightly with the breach now opened, so am I able to get onto the breach. And here we go, Monty going onto this cash door once again. Backup finds a third in the round for him, excellent so far. And now it's once again all down to the two players inside of Cash and Top Red. They have to stop this diffuser from going down, but they won't be able to, and it goes down. The Doc will find one, so it's a 2v2 now. Doc does get down and finished off by the Sophia, and it's now all down to Castle in a 1 versus 2 post-plant situation. He has this annoying Monty to deal with. Does get past him. But there you go, it doesn't seem like he has much time with Backup here on the rappel. 17 seconds left. He knows what the player is, but he can't deal with it, especially with this Monty just in the way. And there we go. What I believe was either an ace or a 4K there from Backup. I think it was a 4K. Really bringing his team back there from the brink of defeat, as they were 2 players down off the get-go. After 2 failed attempts, Bong do seem to be changing things up. Church and Arsenal is what they are choosing to go to this time. Different lineup, so I do believe Rebel will know what site they're going to instead. Obviously, you realise that it hasn't worked out for them on CC, so it does seem like they're going for the SSG style of roam here, using all 3 of the Vigil Mozzie meat meta, and then with the castle as well. It'll be a real pain for Rebel to deal with. This time Ozzel will choose to stick onto the Thatcher, and then Fod will be 6-picking off of the sledge onto the Monty. Rebel obviously comfortable with their players on different ops, so they will be switching up the lineup to suit them as needed. It looks like we're going for a full SSG style roam here with the players playing on the top floor. You have the hatches open so you can fall back when needed. Castle barricades will most likely go down inside of the bar area to delay the push and help this, probably the Vigil play inside the bar.
5 seconds to go. Swapping! Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Now let's see how Rebel choose to deal with this. If they do choose to go for a full map clear, take out the Vigil and the Mute playing on the top floor, or if they just try and go for a rush perhaps through dirt, and it does look like they have the Thermite and the Monty setting up here for a dirt push. Monty will get shot at a bit, but he is aware of that angle on the main stairs, so he is able to protect the Thermite. Good coordination there from Rebel.
I have you covered.
Now, because Bong saw them opening up the dirt push, they will realise that they are pushing from dirt, and the Monty shouldn't be able to get away with murder here. He will be able to drone down and get in here. No cost barricade either. Trying to deny the hatch getting open from above will be the Mute, but the hatch does in kitchen does get opened.
Bomb located by attackers.
Now, I don't think Rebel will even attempt to try and clear out these players above. They will be going for a full kitchen take and dirt push. We see the Monty here already in sight, and in a fight there he takes a nice shot onto the castle. Him already down. 4 versus 5 now. Rebel once again taking the advantage early on. The Vigil here will be able to take out the Monty, and a C4 sails out and takes down Sophia, but she hasn't been finished off. Another is down. The Monty is also down, and it's now a 3 versus 2 with players being down. Stacks finds one. The Sophia manages to withstand, so it's now a 4 versus 2. Chevy does take down the Sophia, and with the Monty down as well, it's now on a 1 versus 2 as the Bandit finds one but is refragged. all down to Thatch and Sophia. 1 versus 2 now. A minute left, so he has plenty of time. With the Monty still alive, he will be able to give calls of where the player is playing inside of church here. There you go, he does die eventually. And there we go, we see the Ibana drop, and we know there's one playing inside of the dirt tunnel. A few missed shots there from the meat will lose him out, and there we go. Excellent there from Rebel once again. Even after a bit of a messy middle round, we do see them come back and are able to just clear their minds and really finish things off. Now, after 2 failed attempts on CC and 1 on Church, they will be choosing to go to Church and Arsenal once again, and it does seem to be the... not the exact same lineup, but it's a slightly different lineup. We have the Jaeger played in instead of the Vigil, I believe. We have the Bandit before Castle, also 6 picked off here. Castle 6 picked off onto the Pulse, it's a nice choice, and Sledge 6 picked off onto the Cali. Not entirely sure why Callie's seeing play here. With the Thatcher on the board, you don't really need her gadget. Perhaps they want to hold a long angle using that sniper rifle, but most teams don't choose to use the CRSX, as it is not the most reliable weapon. Nice here from Bong to see the Pulse play inside of Church and Arsenal. He'll probably play inside of Arsenal and then deny the players inside of Kitchen. It's a good adaptation here, as they realised Rebel were like entirely pushing Kitchen and Dirt, so perhaps the C4 on the Pulse will be able to net at least 1 kill.
5 seconds to
Now,
insertion.
no room on the top floor whatsoever. Hatches reinforced. They obviously realised Rebel weren't buying into the SSG room. They weren't trying to do a full map clear, so they just want to change things up. Instead of playing inside of Arsenal, we have the Pulse playing in Strep. That is different. You don't often see this. And we will also see Rebel actually not choosing to go for the Monty here. Seems we have the Cali entry frag, and he takes down the Pulse. Really great intel gains there from Rebel to know the Pulse is right there. Excellent play from Fod to take out that first kill so nicely. Now with a minute and with only 40 seconds rather taken down off the clock, opening pick in favour of Rebel, Bong will have a real hard time to try and come back from this. They have all players down in the basement, so Rebel have so much time here on this middle floor to execute onto site, to figure out where exactly they want to push, where they want to drop, where they want to try and get this plant down. We have the players inside of Kitchen here. They will be opening up to try and get angles into Arsenal, and they are looking to open up the kitchen hatch. Cali will get rid of the electro claw, and they go. Exothermic should go out, but he hears that the electrical goes down, so Cali should be able to take care of that one as well. Yep, excellent use of utility there. Both electricals off, and Thermite should be able to open up this kitchen hatch now. Stack's also able to open up the drop down in bar. Fucking hell. A minute and 18 seconds now. It's been a minute or so that Rebel have been faffing about on the top floor. They should be looking to execute onto the site pretty soon. We will see 1 kill come through here for the Jaeger, and that is the Cali taken down. The Stacks will be able to find 1, and Jaeger almost finds 1 in return, but Thermite just is able to win out that gunfight. 2 versus 3 now, as the Bandit finds 1. They realise Bandit finds 3 on the round. Actually, it's now all down to the Thatcher inside of Arsenal room. 40 seconds left to work with, so he has plenty of time, but those gunshots will give away his position. He sees 1, goes to some brief fires, but won't be able to land anything. A bit of damage done onto Thatcher there. But he still has 25 seconds to work with. He knows both players are inside of Arsenal, so he just needs to try and take them out. 20 seconds left to work with. Not much really accomplished so far. He's just faffing about, not entirely sure how to find and take care of this crossfire. There we go, we see Bandit finishing things off. What looked like a Rebel round incredibly strongly in their favour. Bong here, really able to come back mainly off the plays of this Bandit. Really nice there from Bong to come back from that. It must have been horrible to see them all fall around each other, but to come back from that will definitely give them a morale boost, and they might be able to get a couple more rounds here. Tachanka is picked out from the side of Bong. It did look like a random choice, so maybe they will 6-pick onto someone here. Yep, 6-pick off of Tachanka onto the Ella, and the Sledge 6-picked off onto the Kali. Once again, not entirely sure why the Thatcher isn't enough, but it worked out really well for them last time. They were able to use that utility perfectly, so I won't question it this time. Now, if Bong want to come back and try and get a win here, they will have to win these remaining 2 rounds on defense. If they go down 4-2 or even 5-1 on a clubhouse defense, they are looking at a really hard time on attack. They won't be able to deal too much. It doesn't seem like there's much changed here from the side of Bong. They have just to go for the same style of setup. We don't see the dock this time, instead it's the Ella. There's actually a nice alteration here. Because of Ella being in place of the dock, they will be able to get a shield here, and that will take care of that Monty push. But because Rebel haven't gone for the Monty this time, it won't be the best. Because I didn't realise they had no Monty this time. Whoops. Now, from where Rebel have spawned, it does look like they might be going for a different side take this time. They might be going for a construction side here. Yeah, everyone's rappelling onto the CC balk. So we are looking at what must be a construction take. It could even be a rush, actually. They're all preparing at the CC window. They have the EMP ready. Perhaps they are just waiting. Yeah, there it is, the Kali opening it up. EMP comes out, and here it is, a rush through CC window. 1 kill there. There's too many kills to count, really, and it's now all down to 2 versus 4 in favour of Bong, and not working out there for Rebel. Backup takes a lot of damage from a nice angle here from the Ella, and with 2 minutes left, 2 versus 4 in favour of Bong this time. Backup will find one through a bullet hole, really nice angle there onto the Jaeger, but he's taken so much damage, and it's 2 versus 3 now. Kali using the scope to try and find a long angle onto someone, but he just can't. No one's peeking him, so he won't be able to find any joy.
Bolstering our defenses. Defenses online.
Now here we see there's a fear of backup down in lounge crouch walking. They pretty won't know of his position because there's no intel down here, and there's nothing on the red stairs. It shouldn't tell, but we do have the proximity line, and that will use that intel to figure out and take out that kill, and it's now all down to the Kali, who's still holding this long angle with the sniper rifle. Obviously not going to find much joy using that long angle, as no one is going to peek, and no one wants to die to that high-powered rifle, so they will just wait for him, and it's a good idea as they want to win these rounds. "40 seconds to work with, and it does look like he will be trying to push on in through the CC window. He jumps in, Elamine hits him, and he is taken out with a nice shot from the Wamai. 3-2 now, still Rebel with the advantage, but Bong are looking a lot stronger now. So far, the Monty has been the only reason Rebel have won rounds, really. They've only won him using that Monty. So perhaps we will see a 6-pick onto the Monty once again, although 2 players haven't picked. There we go, Fod on the Sledge, but he 6-pick onto the Monty once again. Gym and bedroom is the only site Bong can go to, so they will have to go here. It seems like a rather default lineup here with the Bandit and Castle to try and trick that jacuzzi wall. and it doesn't seem like we have any 6 picks coming in, so these are our lineups for this final defensive round from Bong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now, with both a Jaeger and OMI on the board, as well as the castle, the bandit should be relatively safe to try and trick this wall. There's no way to get a vertical play here. The castle will put 2 barricades out to try and protect him from the window, and there should be an ADS. Actually, there's no ADS on the drone hole. There's only 1 magnet.
10 seconds remaining.
And the Jaeger actually hasn't put down any ADSs, so he might just be rotating around to do that now.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Now, Rebel have spawned all over on the warehouse side, so they might be doing a roam clear and to push in from cache. The outside CC walls haven't been reinforced, so a breach charge will be able to open that up. The top red walls are actually left soft, only one of them done, and then the cache wall, the CC walls are reinforced, so looks like we're going to see the thermite opening that up. Opening kill here in favour of the castle as he picks up one onto the sledge. We will see drones now coming through. I think this sledge just dropped into the logistic and was instantly taken out. Good pick there from the castle. Backup though will get a refrag. That's the one my take it off the board. You don't want to lose him too early in a round, as he wouldn't have gotten enough magnets to make too much of a difference. I believe that was the player playing inside of cache. So there you go, yeah, cache control in favour of Rebel now. And we do seem to have all 4 players on site now, so Rebel have plenty of time to figure out how they want to push construction and what they want to do. These soft walls will allow the Sophia to open up a long angle here, and logistic is also left soft, so yeah, here we go, a breach charge into logistic from construction. He's just pondering it, and there we go, it's going to open up now. The castle will be aware of this though, so he will be able to counter it. He will miss a couple shots though, so backup does get away with his life. Jesus. Minute and 5 seconds left, so Rebel running to figure out how they want to push onto site. Backup will find a lot of damage onto the castle, but not finished off. He knows where the castle is because of these pings, but he should be relatively safe here. There you go, jacuzzi wall opened. Mute will find one. That is the Hibana taken down, and backup also taken out as well by the castle. All down to a 2 versus 4. Damage done onto the Thatcher. Pre-fires back on in. And there you go, Thatcher will take out one, but almost flicks onto the Jaeger there, but Jaeger will finish out that kill. All down to a 1 versus 3 now from the thermite here on jacuzzi balcony. 20 seconds to work with, not looking likely. Spots out one player, pre-fuzz comes through, but 15 seconds left. Players all spread out. Doesn't look like he will find much joy. And there we go, castle finishes things off. And Bong, after 3 failed defensive rounds on Clubhouse, they do manage to come back with a perfect split there. 3-3 now. Not looking so good for Bong, but after those 3 rounds, they will be feeling a lot more confident coming into their attacks. Rebel here will pick out CC and Cash Room first. Not too uncommon. An alibi is actually picked. You don't see too much of that inside a competitive play. When teams do bring her, it's often just for the shield that she brings. But with Wamai on the board and Smoke, although Wamai is 6 picked off onto the Maestro, but Smoke should have a deployable shield, so they might just want the alibi for that second shield. Let's take a look at their utility lineup.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
No, the Alibi has impact, only one shield here on the smoke of Stacks. And Stacks is placing up his shield here at the top of red stairs, most likely to try and deny the Zofia tricking through the drone hole. That will probably be able to deflect any stuns that comes through the drone hole.
10 seconds remaining.
So the bandit should be able to trick relatively safely, but
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not entirely sure how well that will work to delay
Attackers
the
objective
hole
is
really
to
getting
defuse the
opened.
bomb. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Now here you have Bong setting up to try and open up the main wall. There are no bandits on the wall at the moment, and Bandit is nowhere in sight. Bandit's far away, so Thumber should be able to just open up the wall right now. If he just places it quickly before Bandit gets back. Come on, just place it down. You should, if you droned it out, you would know, but Bandit's now back on site, and he should be able to easily trick the wall now. Oh no, Bong really missing out on a golden opportunity to open up the wall so quickly there. EMP comes out, and a set of Excaros and an Exothermic on the wall, and the Bandit should be able to trick. No, the Hibana just opens the wall before Bandit gets it open. Bandit will take a lot of damage, and he uses that hole to take out the Hibana. Not ideal there. He also does some damage, and he should be able to trick here on the wall and deny the Thermite opening it up. I don't know how this has gone in favour of Rebel here, but somehow Bandit's come away with a miracle and tricked the wall. Zofia will be below and will do a lot of damage onto the Bandit there, and the Thermite should be able to easily open up the wall now. Yep, here we go, he's opening up. A minute 20 left, and Bong are at a man disadvantage. Zofia will find herself in a bit of a situation here against... who?
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Oh, it's against the Bandit here. Zofia will get taken out. It's now a 5 vs 3 in the last minute in favour of Rebel. An air jab will make Fods think twice before running out of stockroom. I'm not entirely sure where all these players from Bong are trying to push from. They are all on the main breach here. With this breach, they're not going to do much to push into sight. And Stacks still has one Toxic Babe left in pocket, and I believe he still has one put down on the breach, so he should be able to... Yep, there it is, one Toxic Babe put out. And with 20 seconds left, this breach will be really delayed. The Nomad will find one, that is the Jaeger finally taken out. Go. Stomach pushes in, is taken out. And it's... there we go. Rebel win that round. That's poor drone work there at the start of the round from Bong that denies them from opening up the wall early without the Bandit tricking. If they just got a drone in and realised Bandit wasn't anywhere near the wall, they could have just placed the Exothermic and got it open really easily. Now after winning CC and Cash, the room will be locked to them for now, so they'll have to go down into the church and arsenal site. Once again we see an alibi picked out. I'm not entirely sure why. On this side it makes more sense those impacts will be able to be used to trick the hatch, but instead she will get put off onto the Echo. We do have two opportunities for impacts though still on the side of Rebel, that is the Echo and Maestro, both have the option of impacts. So if Rebel do want to impact trick the hatches, they do have that utility.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And yeah, we have all 4 impacts taken from Rebel that will most likely be used to impact trick the kitchen hatch. The lineup doesn't seem to be an SSG style roam at all, just seems like a bog standard, perhaps a turtle strat. we will see the hatches getting reinforced. Nothing too spectacular about the defense, but Rebel will feel comfortable with it. A nice shield here on the church site. We'll be able to look at the wall, so if Bong choose to open up church, the shield will be a really strong put for them.
Must locate and defuse a bomb.
And we do have all 5 players from Rebel down in the basement. This will be strong for them. Bong will be able to easily open up into dirt here, and oh, there we go. Interesting claim, although I'm not totally sure what the point of that is. Really, not many defenders were to push up there. Now, after a quick bit of drone work, Bong seems to have realised that no one is on the roam, so they are able to take care of taking control of the map really easily. With a minute left, they do seem to realise that Bar is in their control. So, yep. 2 minutes left now to execute onto the site. 5 versus 5 still though. Back up, because there is no claymore or air jab inside a garage, he will be able to sneakily get up and get into the CC room. He isn't spotted out from any drones either, so he could easily come for a flank. Hatches inside of church get opened. Minutes that he left to work with. Backup here still in construction, just lurking about on the top floor. There's no air jab here, and the default cam was getting watched, so backup should know that no one is up here with him, and he might be able to get an easy kill here onto the Thatcher.
Bomb located by attackers.
Sneaking up here.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Not much interesting happening in this round. Backup is anyone doing anything, so I just have to watch him. Not too much to talk about.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Sneaking around him, there we go. He sees 2 easy kills for backup. Excellent flank there. 50 seconds left, and Rebel at 2-man advantage. Sophia will find one though in the meantime. She is inside of blue. That is FOD taken down. The Echo also takes a bit of damage, but Sophia put down to very low health. And the Thatcher is inside the church. Sophia does get taken out. 3 versus 2 though, as a Bong does take one out, and now the Thatcher will start the plant. The Thermite should be able to take care of that Yokai, and Diffuser will get placed down. Ozzel just not able to get the kill. But 2 quick kills for Ozzel, and Stacks will allow them to get the disable down. 5-3 now in favour of Rebel. Bong not looking too strong on their attacks. If it wasn't for that flank coming through from backup, then Rebel in most likelihood wouldn't have won that round. Bong's attack, like, execute onto site there and getting that plant down was really well executed. It's just the fact that they lost 2 players on that flank with no refrag. It wasn't good for them. Now, after 2 wins on defense, Rebel will have to go to gym and bedroom site now. No castlers picked out for them, which is interesting. You don't often see that. The Bandit will get 6 picked off onto the Goyo. Obviously not wanting to trick Jacuzzi wall. Using that Bandit, probably just going to put an electrical on the wall and then just run away from it. But with Thatcher still in play, it should be easy to take care of that electrical.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Rebel here, because they don't have any Bandit trying to trick the wall, they won't need to rotate into bathroom. So they just reinforce those walls off. So if Jacuzzi does get opened up, which is really likely, let's be honest with this lineup, then it will be hard for Bong to get into site. They will have to go through the main corridor or into Jim unless they use a second exfiltrate to open up the bathroom walls as well. Bong all spawning on the west side, so they should be. They probably are going for this jacuzzi wall first thing. When an electric claw is placed on the wall, and it seems like the kite is actually tricking. Drones come out and they see that there is no. They see that it's the electric claw player kite here, and somehow I think he just took out one exothermic. He did. I'm not entirely sure how with the Thatcher on the board that is able to happen, but back up, there we go. The electrical does get taken out, and that should be the wall open up. Back in the meantime, on the Jaeger will find the first kill, and that is the Buck taken off the board early. Not good for Bong. Now with the shield at the top of the main stairs, they will be able to open the bridge, and I think he can just see that player's head on. I think, I'm not entirely sure. Is that the no? It's not the Nomad. It might be the Thermite. Yeah. Oh no, it's sort of pixeling, so you would be able to hit his head, but not just not able to see it. Minute 20 seconds left after opening this main jacuzzi wall. Bong have seemed to have stalled out a bit. They're not doing much with the time. Not entirely sure what to do really. Sophia will still be contesting the shield, and she should be able to try. Actually, she doesn't have any impacts left. Thatcher will get taken out as a second kill on the round there for backup, and the shield won't be able to get taken care of. They have no utility to get rid of it. Sophia will run around, but will Mai able to finish her off, and that's defeated down 2 versus 5. Bong really struggling so far on this attack onto Gym Bedroom. Really excellent setup here from Rebel. Just able to delay as much time as possible. Back there with a crazy run out really, and he does get finished off by the Thermite. Thermite is aware of this player playing, and he will get one onto Mai, but Thermite will drop through the hatch accidentally. Only 17 seconds left. 2 versus 3. Number will be inside. She picks up the diffuser. Thermite will find a triple on the round, but he won't be found anymore as he is shut down, and 6-3 now in favour of Rebel. The perfect split there. 3 rounds. Whoa. Nicely fought. Perfect split there. 3 rounds for Rebel on their defence. A Frost comes out there. Interesting. Is 6 picked off though, as would you'd expect onto the Bandit.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Rebels need to gone for the exact same lineup as before, I believe. No changes really coming through. I'm not surprised it did work out so well for them. Perhaps Bong will be able to open up this wall easily this time. The bandits are on the wall straight away, so they won't be able to get the wall open up easily, but with a Thatcher should be able to take care of those.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
when I said it goes down, that should be able to open the wall. Yeah, a lot of damage done onto Bandit, and he's taken out as he tries to rotate away. Much better there from Bong. Bandit not able to replicate his success on the first round. Will be unfortunate. And the opening pick goes in favour of Bong this time. They have no one on catwalk, but backup is playing at the bottom of garage.
By attackers.
We still have all 5 players from Bong just really dedicated to this push on the main breach. There's no attempt to try and clear from garage. They are trailing below to try and get into lounge. But I believe bullet backup here has some bullet holes, so he will be able to cool and maybe kill someone if they push on into lounge. He does back up though and goes back onto the catwalk to watch the breach. Garage, he does manage to down one. Garage door is open, so he should be wary. FOD with one there. Backup getting shot at from the garage door. It's actually a 3 versus 4 with this thermite down, unless he gets picked up. Unfortunate here that the Nomad wasn't able to finish off. Backup is able to find a second there on the round. Sophia taken out as well. Satch will find one. He'll find a second actually. As now it's 3 versus 2. Backup and FOD both taken out. 3 versus 2 now in favour of Team Bong. We do have the Nomad, the Alibi rather, playing below, and she will take out that Nomad. And it's now all down to 2 players, both on breach. They're droning out. They get a drone inside the garage. Realize no one's playing here. They will get a drone here to watch the flank. And with the players inside the site, a nice shot there from Thatcher. And it's now all down to the Alibi in a 2-on-1 situation. She does know about the plant. She knows of this player. An impact comes through and he does take her out. But it's now all down to the stomach. Manages to get the diffuser down. He is at a very low health disadvantage here. On the rappel, and Oswald might be able to finish it off, and there it is. Oswald with a triple kill and a 1 versus 2 clutch situation. Disable as well coming through. There we go, we have it. Rebel taking it 7-3. Excellent play there from the Alibi to clean things up. I believe that's a triple kill there on the round for her. Excellent. Bong came so close so many rounds of their attack, but just not able to finish things off, and Rebel able to win all of their defensive rounds on Clubhouse. Really looking strong for them.
Good shit, guys.
Okay, bad.
Yeah.
GG.
Oh.